Hello everybody, it's Emma with Polly's Paper Crafts and I'm bringing you another scrapbook layout process. Now, I'm going to start this off by saying I really love the way this layout turns out. I am trying my hand at a little bit of mixed media. Now, my supplies are not the best, like I haven't got a lot of supplies. So here I'm using just some really cheap gesso mixed with some Salty Ocean Distress ink, and I'm just using a palette knife just to sort of scrape it all over my page in different ways. So what I'd originally tried to do is mix two different shades, but I realised I had added too much gesso to both of them. So I'm doing another one here with a tiny amount of gesso because I wanted a darker shade of that blue. And I'm just using the edge of my palette knife just to sort of scrape that across so I get the lines and the differences in colour. And I'm just going to dry this with my heat tool. So I've just cut that out because obviously it took quite a while to dry. And I'm just showing you the papers that I've pulled out. So for this layout I'm using my September Like Forever kit, which is called Acorn Avenue, and it's got all the products from Pink Paislee's Cedar Lane collection. So I'm using the Fifth Avenue paper, the Arrow Avenue paper and Riverside Lane. So the Arrow Avenue paper is, I think it's the blue. No, the Arrow Avenue is the one with the wood grain and then the pink. So the wood grain is the reverse side of the pink arrows, and then Fifth Avenue is the blue that's just to the back. So I'm just sorting out my layers here while my background sort of carries on drying, and I just keep holding it up because I'm trying not to put stuff on it because it's still a little bit wet, but yeah. And then I pull out my Tim Holtz Distress tool that's already got some Salty Ocean on the pad, and I've just gone around the edges of the papers just to sort of tie it all together and to tie in that background. And the photo that I'm using is of me and my best friend Laura, and we've been friends for 12 years. So since we first started sort of secondary school, and we hardly ever take photos together. And now that I'm more into doing like my scrapbooking and all that kind of stuff, I've realised how bad that is. Because for 12 years of friendship, I could probably count the photos that we've got together on my hands, on my fingers. So, and that's really bad. That's like a photo a year. Not even that, because then that'd be 12 photos. It's just not good. So this photo was taken when we went on holiday to Woolacombe Bay in the UK, and it's quite a bright photo even though it was a really dull day and it's really windy. So I look a little bit bold because my hair is like, we had to face into the wind to get that photo because otherwise there was going to be hair everywhere. So I've added to my background here. I'm playing around with my medias here. I've added to my background some Versamark ink on a clean foam blendy pad. So I've added some Versamark and then used Wow embossing powder in Totally Teal, and it's a glitter embossing powder. And I realised when this kit arrived that embossing powder pretty much matched exactly the Fitzgerald glitter teal thickers in the kit, and I just think it looks really good. Now, later on, I don't know whether it's captured on camera, but I did have a bit of a fail with the embossing powder because I find it really hard to see whether the glitter embossing powder has actually set or not. Because like with gold and with the silver and all of the others, you see it change colour and you know that it's set. It's really hard to see with the glitter one. So I do realise later on that I'm sort of brushing something off my layout and I'm brushing off all the glitter with it. So I have to take the heat gun back and sort of really set it. So that was a bit of a crafty fail, but I like how it turns out. So I've just gone through the Cedar Lane die cut pack and pulled out all the things that I think work. And I found, I'm loving this kit. This is my first layout, but I'm loving this kit so far. There was a little arrow label that says best friends, and it's pink writings that picks up on the pink string from Laura's hoodie, and I just love the gold, and I really like the way that looks. So the best friends has gone at the top. I've got a blue label that says you are my favourite, and I'm layering up some acetate pieces as well. So the flower off to the right hand side is an acetate piece, and the tag and the arrows over to the left are also acetate. So I have ordered a tiny attacher. It is not here yet. So for my acetate on this layout, I used little tiny dots of my tacky glue, and then made sure where I put the glue it's kind of hidden. So it seems to have worked, but I can't wait to get my tiny attacher. So yeah, I'm just playing around with the embellishments. I'd laid them all down, and then I sort of had to move them all to stick them. And in the kit we got some exclusive to the kit Pretty Pink Posh sequins, and it's an exclusive mix for Like Forever, and it matches the kit perfectly. We've got some gorgeous sort of aqua sequins along with some pink and brown and like a yellowy colour, and they're just lovely. So you can see here I'm just sort of sticking them down, and I'm just using my finger. I don't know what I had on my fingers, but they were sort of tacky enough to just pick up the sequin and put a little dot of glue. And by that best friends tag, I've also got a couple of wood veneer, and these are wood veneer that I got as an add-on in this month's kit, that I've altered. So I've covered in Versamark and dipped in, some of them I've dipped in the Totally Teal glitter embossing powder, and some of them I've dipped in the Wow Rich Gold embossing powder, and they look really cool. And I've only done a few because I didn't really know whether I would use them or not, but I think I will, so I'll need to do some more. So with all of the gesso and everything on the background and heating the embossing powder and everything else, it had really warped my cardstock, so I decided that I needed to back it. And yeah, I cut some of this out in a minute because I really struggled to get this on, because obviously I really liked that the teal dot that I'm going to use as the border is the Riverside Lane paper, and I really like it, so I wanted to cut the middle out of it. This is where I realised that embossing powder isn't quite set. Look, I'm brushing it away. But I really like the Riverside Lane, the teal, so I took the middle out of it. But obviously when you take the middle out, it takes away some of the structure of the paper, so the idea of backing the white to make it, to like flatten it out, didn't quite work because the Riverside Lane paper had lost its stability when I gutted it. But yeah, so I put double-sided tape around, and I'm trying to do one side at a time so I don't like accidentally drop my paper and then it sticks, and then I've got to try and tear it back up. And yeah, I am going to cut this out in a minute, I think. Maybe I don't. So yeah, you get to watch me. Like, I had to trim with my scissors on the sides because I hadn't got it equal, and yeah. But I'm going to do my journaling now. So my journaling, I just use a pale blue. It's a Staedtler fine liner. It's a Tri Plus fine liner. And those pens I have had since I was at school. So probably for as long as I've known Laura. So it's fitting to put on this layout, really. And I just journaled, Laura and I hardly ever take photos together, even though we've been friends for 12 years. This one was taken on holiday in Woolacombe Bay. I don't think my journaling needs much more than that. It's just a really nice photo of the two of us. And then I've pulled out those Fitzgerald thickers, and I'm just spelling out my title, which is #besties. So that's my layout for today, guys, and I really, really like it. This one might be my favourite ever. Might be. I'm going to leave you with some close-ups. I really hope you enjoyed this process, and I hope you like my layout, because I do. So thanks for watching. Comment down below if you would like to leave me some love. I like to read them, and I do try and respond to all of them. You're amazing. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you soon. And until next time, bye.